There's a Vietnamese restaurant in Seattle called Rainier Restaurant that I've been going to with my family for more than a couple of decades. And in 2013, they became something of a local legend when Anthony Bourdain visited them to feature on an episode of The Layover. Now, Rainier Restaurant serves a ton of different Vietnamese food, but they specialize in nhậu, or Vietnamese drinking food, serving up all my classic favorites like Hên Suk Bánh Đa, or baby clams and rice crackers, Ốc Len Sao Dừa, or sea snails in coconut milk, and of course, Chim Cut Chien Bo, or butter-fried quail. And now as an adult, Rainier Restaurant is where my friends and I go to celebrate, eat and drink, and to continue to foster our bonds. And today, we're gonna recreate the butter-fried quail at home. It's flavorful, fun to eat, and super easy to make. So do me a favor and make sure you like, comment, share, and save this video. Alright y'all, remember to wash your hands. Now first, fresh quail isn't typically that accessible here, so I'm using the 6-pack of frozen quail instead. And before we use it, we'll just let it thaw completely. Then we'll scrub it with kosher salt and vinegar, and this just acts as a physical exfoliant, which will help reduce some of the quail's gamey odor. We're gonna repeat this step 1 to 2 times, and then rinse off with cold tap water. Then using a pair of heavy-duty kitchen shears, I'm gonna cut the quail in half along the belly and just flatten it out. We're gonna leave the quail whole just like this, but alternatively, you can cut the quail along its spine as well to separate the 2 pieces if you'd prefer. And while you cut the quails in half, if there are any innards still attached to it, go ahead and remove those as well. And when we're done processing the quail, it's time to marinate them. So to a big mixing bowl, we're gonna add half a teaspoon of 5-spice powder, a teaspoon of garlic powder, and half a tablespoon of sugar. To that, we'll add in a tablespoon of oyster sauce, 2 tablespoons of low-sodium soy sauce, a splash of Shaoxing wine, some white pepper, and a tablespoon of annatto seed oil for the color. If you don't have this, any regular oil will work fine here, and additionally, you can also add some paprika for the color as well. We're gonna give this a good mix, making sure that all the ingredients and seasonings are evenly distributed, and we're gonna let our quail vibe out in the fridge overnight. And if you are short on time, a minimum of an hour is okay too. And if you like this recipe and you want to learn how to make more of your favorite Vietnamese and Asian dishes, make sure you subscribe and turn on your notifications to stay up to date on all my latest posts. Now it's the next day, and you're just gonna have to trust me when I say that it is. And it's finally time to fry our quail. So to a big pot, I'm gonna pour in just enough oil to mostly cover the quail, and we're gonna heat the oil up to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. We'll add the quail skin side down, and these cook up super quick, only needing about 2 to 4 minutes on each side. When the quail is golden and the internal temp reads 165, we'll transfer the quail to a paper towel lined plate or a cooling rack to rest. And the last step is quickly making our garlic butter. First, I have a handful of garlic cloves that I'm going to smash with my knife to help it release more of its aroma. And then to a small pan over medium-high heat, I'm going to melt a couple tablespoons of butter. We'll add our smashed garlic cloves, and then we'll just heat that up for a minute or two to allow the garlic to infuse with the butter. Now, to put it all together, we'll get our quail into a big mixing bowl, pour in our garlic butter, and give that a nice and gentle toss, making sure to evenly coat the quail in all that delicious butter. And then, it's time to plate. First, we'll arrange all of our quails onto a dish. And then today I'm serving this up with Vietnamese coriander and some lime wedges. Pair this up with a simple dipping sauce of salt, pepper, and lime juice. And just like that, you've made an incredibly tasty Chim Cut Chien Bo at home. As always, the recipe and measurements are on my blog at feedthepudge.com. And if you've made it this far, let me know in the comment section, what's your favorite drinking snack? Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoy.